Hello, this is Tim Law with Playing It Forward Coaching, always encouraging your self-reliance. If you develop a marketable skill, chase that skill with a good work ethic, develop some people and communication skills, always go the extra mile with your efforts. You'll be amazed as far as what you'll accomplish. A big thank you to over 500 people that have subscribed to this channel, Playing It Forward Coaching. If you haven't already, please do so. I'd really appreciate it. I have an awesome lady here that I've gotten to know up at Northeastern High School. She's an outstanding teacher, outstanding person. Just really looking forward to speaking to her. And that's Madame Hickey, Mrs. Hickey, the French teacher at Northeastern. So welcome, Madame Hickey. Tell us a little about your story.
Thank you so much. Well, this is my 30th year of teaching. I can't believe it. Mostly French. I did a year of ESL in Lancaster City, but all of that, the other time has been in French. And this is my 13th year at Northeastern. So I really love what I do and hope I can keep going for a few more years.
Yeah, well, it's very obvious that you love what you do, and it comes true to the kids, because I've known a lot of kids, there that have taken French from you, Madame, and it just I've never heard a negative comment at all. They love the atmosphere you have there. And so tell us a little bit more about how did you get started as far as being involved with French?
Well, I've taken French at York Suburban since 7th grade, and I loved it from the very first class I've ever had. So they started in the middle school there, which was great. They had a language lab, and I just took all the classes I could up till my senior year. I think it was French 5, and we only had 6 students in the class. And I said to myself, I always knew I wanted to be a teacher, but I really excelled at French. And I thought, what better thing to take? So I went to Millersville and majored in French. And I've loved it ever since, I started. And I taught at middle school level, subbed in the elementary level a little bit while my kids were at home. I stayed off 6 years with my children, raising them, but kept busy actually subbing in various districts in Lancaster County. I was able to do a gifted program during that time too for some kids at Hempfield. And then I got back into it in 1998 after my kids went back to school then. So then I started high school at Middletown area high school, and then I came to Northeastern.
Okay, and how did as far as Northeastern, how did that come about?
Well, I was teaching ESL in Lancaster City that one year, and I really missed the French. And I loved the children as I taught ESL, but I really missed teaching the language. And so I just put my feelers out to see what openings there were. And I saw there was an opening at Northeastern. So I gave it a try, and they hired me. So I'm very happy with my 13 years there.
Fantastic. Well, and now you've taken some French trips. Is that correct?
Yes, I started at Middletown High School in 2004 with my first trip of students to Spain and France. And that was a great experience. And I got the travel bug, and I've taken kids on 3 trips from Northeastern in 2012, 2014, and 2016 was my last one.
Okay, well.
And I've always tried to go to different countries. We've been to Italy, France, England, Spain. And so I've tried to bring along other students as well who may be taking Spanish, as well, so they can have that great experience too.
Sure. And what do you have any special stories or memories of something that occurred over there? Whether it was something humorous or just a neat event that you witnessed over there or were part of?
Oh, we have been through so many things. Like the last time we were there, I believe France was preparing for some big soccer match, and we got to paint our faces and see the Eiffel Tower. There was a soccer ball hanging up. So the country was really gearing up for like a huge championship for the French team. And we got to see kind of all of that going on. We just packed the trips full of things that we go see, the different monuments, the cultural aspects. We get them to eat a lot of good French food. And we just have had a great experience seeing all kinds of things, many different cities, many different things that we pack in. We've done kayaking in the south of France. That was a unique experience. My most recent trip, we got to do that. Yeah, and one girl that I actually took on my trip in 2004 from Middletown said that she loved traveling ever so much since that trip, that during her college experience in England, she wanted to go for a semester abroad. And here she met her husband while doing so.
Mhm.
So I was invited to her wedding, and she said, had we never taken that trip in 2004, she didn't think she would ever have traveled on her own and would have never met her future husband.
Mhm.
So that made me feel tremendous,
Sure.
after hearing that.
Sure. No, that's a wonderful story there and everything. Any as far as some of the kids that you have, from Northeastern, as I said, I know a lot of them and everything. What has been their response to the French class?
Mhm. They really loved it. I think it's really fun to learn another language. And like we said, we try to incorporate all the cultural aspects, the history, all the different things, the monuments to see, and all the meaning behind all of that. I've had a really good response from the kids, and they tend to stay with it all the way up through the higher levels. And that's really rewarding for me to have the same kids stay with the program for 4 years, and really get to know them very well. And they join the Honor Society, and we just did a trip in DC here in April just to go see the sites in DC, visit the various museums, go to a French restaurant.
Mhm.
And so those are the things I really like to do, is take them places, go and see the different things that we are learning about in person. So that's
Sure.
my biggest thrill, is to have the kids for long term and that they stick with the program.
Well, and your passion really comes through, Madame. And the other question that I had for you was, with the kids that you've had and everything, as far as, let's say, somebody's up and coming, whether they're middle school or early high school, what
Mhm,
advice would you give them regarding taking a language, whether it's French, Spanish, German? We have those
mhm.
three in Northeastern. What suggestions or advice would you give to them?
I would say you have to practice every day
Mhm.
and put 10, 15 minutes in. We use Quizlet a lot. That's a good study tool online, which says the words for you from a native speaker's viewpoint. So really listen. I would use French music a lot to encourage the kids to learn vocabulary, watch French movies, some TV shows, they can get it online. So practice daily, that's crucial. And just really hear from a lot of different native speakers from a lot of different sources to get that good accent, and practice, practice, practice.
Sure.
We just had the opportunity while in DC. I heard a gentleman at the hotel lobby was speaking some French, and I went over and I introduced myself, and the kids were all sitting there, and I met him in just a few moments, and I said, where do you come from? And I introduced myself, and we had like a minute or two chat. Here, come to find out, he's from Africa but lives in Paris.
Mhm.
And I made an instant acquaintance. I told the kids, I just happened to hear him speaking French, and I took the initiative to go over and introduce myself. I said, be brave and do that. No matter if you
Mhm.
find yourself in Disney World, whatever city you're in, if you hear French, give it a try. Introduce yourself, and you can make a new friend, a new acquaintance. And
Mhm.
you have to put yourself out there and take some risks.
Sure, sure. No, that makes total sense. And yeah, and a lot of times, when the kids are, younger, teenagers or whatever, like I said, they don't want to verbally stumble or trip or anything along those lines. But yeah, I think that's great. Absolutely great advice. Now, another question I have for you is, how can somebody who is so young now be a new grandma? And tell us a little bit
Oh,
about your little grandbaby.
yeah, he's 2 months old exactly today. So his name is Preston, and my son and daughter-in-law are thrilled to have him, and we are thrilled to be new grandparents. And already he's sporting the Phillies outfit, watching the Phillies games with his dad, and so he will. I have a feeling grow up to love sports like we do in our home and my son's home. So we're thrilled that he's here. I can't wait to spend more time with him this summer and take him places as he gets older. And it's going to be a brand new adventure for all of us.
Well, that's just wonderful news. And I know you've showed me a few pictures there, and He's a beautiful little rascal, and
Yeah.
I know you guys are just over the moon with him there. So I wanted to bring that up there too, because I know that's been a big, a wonderful event as far as your life is concerned, and that of your
Yeah.
family. So congratulations there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, this has been wonderful, Madame Hickey. If you could hold for just a minute when we get finished, I
Sure.
do appreciate this very, very much. Thank you.
Thank you too.